Active Spine technology. This special backpack carrying system follows the body's natural movement with opposing forces between the hips and the shoulders with each and every step. And that was the reason that I chose the Mammut Ducan Spine backpack for my hiking and multi-day camping adventures. Let me show you around the pack before I share my honest views on it after having out with me on many hiking trips and adventures over the last couple of years. Now this is the women's version, which is very similar to the men's. The only difference is the shoulder straps, the carrying system and the hip belt and back dimensions are tailored to the female anatomy, plus there are no shoulder pockets on it like with the men's version. It is a roll top bag. As you can see, you've got the height here and we've got a zip on the inside. It has an integrated metal frame for optimal load transfer. On the front is a huge front zipper, so you can get access to the backpack without having to undo it from the top. On the hip belt, there is a zip pocket, and on the inside of here, there is a fold-out phone pocket. And on the top, there is a zip pocket, which is accessible from the outside, which you can also store items in. It also includes a water repellent pocket that has various attachment options. Each side of the bag there are two mesh side pockets, plenty of storage space in both of these ones. On the men's version, just so you know, there are two mesh pockets on the shoulder straps. On the hip belt, it is a pull forward hip belt adjustment. It is hydration system compatible and has two holders for trekking poles. On the right hip belt there is also a speed pole attachment system, and on the bottom of the pack there is an integrated detachable rain cover. Now you are going to be able to find all these details on the website, but for those of you that want me to tell you, I'm going to run through the stats of the bag whilst I play some lovely B-roll of me walking around and wearing the backpack. The volume of the backpack is 28 to 35 litres. There is a larger version that's available of 50 to 60 litres. The weight is classed as lightweight, coming in at 1,400 grams, and the cost is currently £175. It is available in men's or women's. The back length for the men is 48.5 centimetres, the back length for the women is 43.5. The material is 91% polyamide and 9% polyester. Let me talk you through some benefits that I've found this. So the Active Spine technology, with other backpacks you do get a decreased freedom of movement when hiking. It feels quite rigid wearing the backpack. However, using this when I am clambering over rocks and hiking up hills, it really does give you a lot of mobility when you're moving. It feels lovely and light on my back, and a very important factor is it does feel very comfortable on my back after a full day hiking when it's 3/4 filled or less. As I mentioned earlier, the one thing I love about this is the waterproof pocket that can go in different positions. So you can either have it on the inside of your backpack, or where I normally have it is attached to here, so it's still quite easily accessible. The other option is you can have it across your chest, tagging on to the loops that are there for the adjustable sternum strap. And this is really good if you just want very easy access to something. It can be nuts, it can be your phone, it can be your camera, but you know exactly where it is when you're hiking. The hip pocket is nice and accessible when I'm wearing it. Easy to reach and get things that I need out of it. The airspace around the suspension system is so good, so you do have ventilation on a warm day. It does sit high on the back, which I do like because some of the backpacks I've had in the past do tend to rest on top of my buttocks. Another reason I chose this pack was because I wanted something that was multi-purpose, something perfect for day hikes if I wasn't carrying too much stuff, or something that would carry all my gear if I wanted to do an overnight camp somewhere. And the roll top is ideal because when it's not full, you can just roll it all the way down, cinch it down, and it keeps the bag nice and compressed for those days when it's not so full. So as you can see, there are plenty benefits to this backpack. Now, anyone that has been following me for a while, whenever I do review videos, you know I am always completely honest about things I don't like. So let me get into the things that I didn't like about this backpack. Firstly, it has one main compartment. There are no internal sections or pockets. With other packs, I do like having separate compartments for keeping things in to get easy access to when either hiking or camping. So if I am doing a camp or a multi-day hike, I did use compression bags to keep things organised. When fully loaded and worn for a few days, the shoulder straps do not provide adequate cushioning, resulting in sore spots around my shoulders. The top pocket is not easily accessible when full or rolled over too tight, which was a bit annoying, and I definitely couldn't reach it from behind my head whilst wearing it. The phone compartment in the left hip belt pocket is just a little bit too small. I use an iPhone 11 and it just doesn't fit very well in it whilst I'm wearing the hip belt. It's okay to put in when the bag is not on me, but just a little bit too snug when I'm trying to hike and put it in there. Instead, I use that pocket for other things like snack bars, tissues, or some lip balm. The Velcro isn't that great at holding trekking poles in place. They tend to move around a lot, and I have a feeling that they do this because it's also a holder for example, ice axes and other items. What I end up doing is using the compression straps over the top of the trekking poles to keep them in place. One little bugbear is that the women's version does not have large mesh pockets on the shoulder straps like the men's. I mean, come on, why not? The water tube, whilst using a bike cover, is quite difficult to get through the hose gap. It does go through, but it is a bit of a struggle. So if having to refill it on a hike, it is not very easy. The elasticated chest straps are adjustable to a certain extent, but they will not loosen off enough. So you can tighten them, but they're just not loose enough, which was a little bit frustrating because I do like chest straps on a backpack, but I don't like them too tight. My biggest bugbear with this backpack is that the frame squeaks, and it did it in two different places. So when I first got it, it was okay for the first day, went out on a 2-day hike, and as it does its rotation on the actual bit that moves, it squeaks there. And I avoided this by putting a bit of coconut oil on it each time I went out, or if it ever got wet, and it seemed to fix it. But the frame actually creaks against the backpack, so I don't know if you can hear that, but it does have a bit of an irritating creak to it. So when you're hiking, it is a bit annoying. But overall, it is a really good pack for hiking. If I am being 100% honest, I probably wouldn't recommend it for everybody. I think there are other backpacks out there that have got much better options for day hiking and the odd multi-day hike. It is very great for climbing and scrambling, so if that's what you're into, then definitely it is a good bag for that. But I have had other ones that are better. I hope this review has been helpful. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. If you want to see any of my other reviews that I have got on my channel, I've also done some for the Osprey and for the Atom backpacks, which I use for day hikes as well as multi-day and backpacking adventures, which I will link in the description below, and I will also put them here for you. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye.